Your morning blitz begins now.
Get that chance. Go play for a national championship. We're going to swing as hard as we possibly can. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
On the Blitz.
6:05 or just after 6 a.m., whatever you feel the most comfortable with. On a Thursday morning, it's Kelly, Thick, Rick. I'm Lewis. Welcome in to the, what?
To
almost
the
the weekend.
Oh.
Is it a jungle in here?
That's what you were welcoming us into.
I could welcome us
getting
into the
excited.
Well, I don't have that, like, Guns N' Roses.
You don't have that energy behind
don't.
it?
No.
Okay.
Not yet. 7 a.m. maybe. 6 a.m.? Nah. You gotta ease into that. Did you have a good day yesterday? How the eyes?
I
know
know,
it's
man.
different in here.
We regress.
Give me a couple weeks before you ask me again. It's starting to stress me out.
Dick has the fluorescent
Thank you.
blaze going on.
I just changed them.
Yeah, all right. I'm managing.
Dick likes it bright enough in here to successfully dock a boat or land a plane. The plane got off course, but thank God they flew by Dublin. There was this bright light coming out of this building.
Yeah.
Found the runway.
Yeah. How are you guys doing? Did you have a great days yesterday?
The weather was fantastic.
Yeah.
What's funny about that? That's fact. FACK fact.
Yeah.
How about you, Thick Rick?
Oh, all good. Yeah.
Jeez, I can see we all led enthralling lives yesterday.
People are like, these guys are so awesome.
You know, I spent a lot of time texting with people yesterday who were very excited to hear Linkin Park was going to be at Sonic Temple.
Yeah?
Me too.
So, we also got Korn.
Yep.
We got Bad Omens.
Let me get into
Incubus. Huh?
I definitely think I know we're going to get into that later because I definitely want to discuss that lineup with Blitz. It seems like the vibe was pretty good, or everybody was feeling mostly good about it yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like, and Kelly, we always talk about it. There's always going to be people who complain, no matter what the lineup.
The second the lineup's announced, people are like, pass.
Yeah.
You want to waste your money on that?
Okay,
go
yeah,
right
well,
ahead.
I'm sorry you don't want to be at a 4-day party. That's cool.
Right.
I mean, don't go. I don't care. I mean, you know.
How many times can you listen to Freak on a Leash?
But, you know, everybody's music passions are just so hot. You know, they have to make sure you know where they stand on everything.
Right,
so.
Right.
I mean, you look at one thing I will say is if you love like serious metal, you cannot complain about
good
this.
lineup metal-wise.
I mean, there are so many great metal bands.
The problem is like
Pass.
the social media world. Right. The social media world is just according to social media law, as soon as something comes out, I must say something negative about it right away.
Yeah.
Way to go, Danny Wimmer. This one's awful. Hope you're happy. Mother's Day weekend for this.
Sorry to bring you a
Yeah.
banging 4-day rock festival. We have to apologize.
My mom
So
would never
silly.
go and really doesn't want to do anything with me on Mother's Day anyway, but I don't like it.
Oh, gosh.
It's just...
Doug says he'd like to go see Linkin Park at Sonic Temple, but he's still waiting to hear back from Chester Bennington's mom.
Yeah, Danny asked Chester's mom if she was okay with this. Booking them for all these festivals, tarnishing her son's legacy.
Not
You know
to
what?
be
We're going to start
mean.
our own festival with Chester's mom and Chester's son. And whatever bands they like.
Don't be too mean. Don't be too mean. But Chester's mom was not happy when they replaced Chester with a female, so.
Neither was the son.
I think I don't think it would have mattered whether it was female, male, or a dog, or a cat. I don't know.
Right.
They would have been upset.
Absolutely.
But I just, you know, I'm understanding. It's just.
Well, the Sonic Temple is going to be a great 4-day. Great 4 days. It's going to be an amazing 4 days. We're going to have so much fun.
Yes. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
We will get that full Ice 9 Kills stage show, too, because they're headlining the second main stage.
I got a couple of hot takes, but I'll save them for later. I thought about it yesterday.
They might be cold then.
No, they'll still be. All right, well, so some lukewarm take. I got some lukewarm takes that I'll share a little bit later, but you know, I do think there's something for everybody on this lineup.
Oh my gosh,
And I think
I'm thrilled.
if you like various kinds of rock, where you like a rock that leans a little bit of alternative, there's that. If you like the metal, there's that. If you like the classic sound, there's that.
If you don't like various kinds of rock, you weren't going to this to begin with.
No, but I mean, I think the lineup is very diversified.
Oh, I just think it's good. It's all good hard rock, man.
So
I mean, you know, everybody likes to break down the and separate and divide into this kind of rock and that kind of rock, and there's this metal, black metal, death metal, thrash metal. It's like, it's at the end of the day, it's all rock and roll. It's all guitars and basses and drums and
no, it's not
kick-ass rock and roll.
No, it's not. It's structured different.
Whatever. I just want to rock out, man.
The material that led each of those songs to be written is different. It's not all the same.
Yeah.
You don't know what life struggles they went through to get to that point where they wrote that song.
All right. Morning Blitz trivia. And before I ask the question, I wanted to touch on another Morning Blitz trivia question we had about, remember Aaron Rodgers eating his booger on the side?
We got to revisit this?
Yes, because he
was... Once in 1 week wasn't enough?
No, he was on the Pat McAfee show, and he said he absolutely did not do that.
I've actually never eaten my boogers. That's one thing I'm very proud of. It's a tough look to try and defend, because that video is a little incriminating. But I can tell you that there needs to be a side view that shows that there wasn't a boog that actually went in the mouth. Yeah, it's a bad look.
Oh, what'd you miss? Because it sure, I don't know what you were popping. It looked like you were popping a Tic Tac to me.
Yeah, I'm with Lewis. We both backed away from the mic as soon as you were like, gross. I can't talk about this again.
Call me Booger.
All right, Booger. Excuse, please, but why do they call you Booger?
I don't know.
Watch the video. All right, anyway.
We need at least 2 cameras on him at all times, right. Both angles, so we can see if there was actual penetration of the nose. I can't work like this, people.
Jeez. All right, so the actual question for this morning, $25 to Water Beds and Stuff and Beds and Stuff Superstores. If you're the first person who can text in the correct answer, what very popular cracker is being rebranded? What cracker? I mean, if you know, you know. I don't even need to say any more than that. If you know, you know. What cracker is being rebranded? Be the first to tell us at 99-700 and get the gift card.
It's the Morning Blitz, 623. Thick Rick, Kelly Quinn. I'm Lewis. Morning Blitz trivia.
Yeah,
not just any cracker this morning.
Yeah. What very popular cracker has rebranded itself? Kelly, you kind of laughed when I asked the question.
Yeah, I read the story this morning, and it kind of made me laugh. I don't usually care about stuff like this, but I sort of enjoyed this one.
Well, it's goldfish. And, man, my kids love goldfish crackers. They took a bag of goldfish crackers in their lunch to school every single day.
Hot take.
Therein lies the problem for goldfish, because it's seen as a kid's food, hence the rebrand.
Chilean sea bass.
Well, yes. What are you going to do when the kids no longer want them? Because they don't want to eat. I don't want their Chilean sea bass.
Well, the Chilean sea bass branded goldfish are only available online. You'll be able to get the regular branded goldfish in the stores. So you buy the regular branded goldfish for the kiddos and the Chilean sea bass for the adults.
Hot take. Don't like them, whether they're sea bass or goldfish.
It's come to our attention that some people think goldfish crackers are just for kids. Well, what if we call them Chilean sea bass? They look just like goldfish. They taste just like goldfish, except they're called Chilean sea bass. So sophisticated. So adult.
Stupid.
I like a good club cracker or a good Ritz.
Okay.
That's my go-to.
Those are good. I don't think these are... I never thought goldfish crackers were really like a regular that you eat. You know, you would eat like with soup or chili or something.
But another hot take, I don't like Cheez-Its either. Like I like a good cheese on. Like you give me a Ritz, I'll put some of that, not real cheese, but it squirts out of the can. I put some of that on there. I'll put a slice of cheese on it. Yeah, I'll cheese my own cracker.
Goldfish aren't really that kind of crackers, what I'm saying. Not for a topping. You don't put a topping on a goldfish cracker. It's just a little tiny,
Kelly,
it's almost like
goldfish,
what do they call it? It's almost like an oyster cracker type thing.
Yeah. I love them.
Now,
Yeah, this thing's not a dipping thing. It's like a handful. You
Yeah,
take a handful thing.
Now, see, I would imagine, and I've never done this, and now that I think about it, I probably should. If I eat my Skyline, I put the oyster crackers on my Skyline. I bet I could do that with goldfish, and it would be pretty good because the cheese would kind of meld with the other cheese, and you'd have this, like, cheese thing happening there that would be all right.
Well, do you think they're doing this because they want it because it got us to talk about it? Or,
Yes, of course.
I know, but I mean, do they really believe that an adult's going to go, oh, well, I want some now because they're Chilean sea bass
I
crackers?
think they're just trying to be cute.
Well, I guess it worked.
Yeah,
There we are talking about it on the radio.
But everything rebrands.
You know, I have one simple request, and that the goldfish have frickin' laser beams attached to their heads.
Is it too hard to get some lasers?
Lasers.
But what do you mean everything rebrands? Ritz is still Ritz. It's never changed.
Rick, I shall rebrand you number 2.
So some things don't have to rebrand. They're just great and they stay great.
How about no, Scott?
That's
How
a
come
no.
I can't do Dr. Evil?
Scotty don't.
I have a whole bag of shh with your name on it. Oh, let's do the rest of the morning where we do Austin Powers quotes. Is that good?
I'm fat because I eat, and I eat
Because
because
I'm
I'm fat. Get in
No,
my belly.
I'm unhappy because I.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'll eat because I'm unhappy,
Yeah,
and I'm unhappy
because I eat. Yeah.
So when Pepperidge Farm debuted these things in 1962, they were actually meant for adults, and they were marketed as a new snack for bartenders to put out. That was back when there used to be like free snacks at the bar, which they don't really do.
Don't they do that anymore?
I don't think
Well,
so.
that
Because you
was
don't want
pretzels.
everybody's dirty hands in
No.
the same bowl.
Oh yeah, I guess
So-
after COVID, you can't do that.
Have you ever seen somebody jam their fist into the pickled eggs?
Well, it says the trend died out once people realized that everybody was reaching into the same bowl.
That's right.
Jason Rose said I got stoned last night and tore up my son's goldfish crackers.
Doug
That'll do
Rogers
it.
says, I'm hip. I'm cool. Sorry, I can't do a Dr. Evil. Why can't I do Dr. Evil? Will you teach me?
Dr. Evil.
That's a good. You can do it really well.
I didn't spend 7 years in evil medical school to
Exactly.
be called Mister.
Every Sunday night I had my scrotum ritualistically shaved.
He's really good at it.
Oh my gosh!
That is a great impression. Man.
Thanks.
All right, I got to say congrats to Travis Williams. He was
Smoking
the
a
first one.
pancake? Yes, Clay. Smoking a pancake.
He was the first one to text in the correct answer at 99700. He's got $25 to waterbeds and stuff.
It's the Morning Blitz.
And now it's time for I've Got Something.
Let's see if these dummies have anything worthwhile for us.
6:37. Lots of sunshine today and a high of 63. A little bit cooler, but should be nice. So enjoy that. We got something for you now. Any takers?
I'll go first.
What do you got?
The Hallmark Channel's been sued for age discrimination. You know, our favorite channel for Christmas movies,
Does it-
etc.
Does anybody under 50 watch the Hallmark Channel?
I think so.
Okay.
I think people love this
definitely.
channel. It's just a certain... Well, I'll watch them, and I find some joy in it if I'm in a certain mood. I'm like, yeah, this seems right. I want to feel good at the end of this movie, and that's always a guarantee with a Hallmark movie. Anyway, their casting director for the last 9 years is a woman named Penny Perry. She's 79 years old. And apparently the VP of programming, when she sort of came into the job, which was about 3 years ago, she made it pretty well known that she wanted to remove the older people and get fresh young blood in there, which you really can't say out loud.
Right,
You
right.
might be able to have that business strategy, but you can't say it out loud. And apparently this woman said it out loud. In fact, Penny Perry, the 79-year-old casting director, says she was unceremoniously fired in April, and that VP of programming, Lisa Daly, told Perry she was too long in the tooth. Daly's
that's a
accused,
dumb person.
Yeah, Daly's accused of having Perry removed in favor of a younger man. Now, here's an interesting part. The lawsuit also claims that this VP of programming, Lisa Daly, referred to two of Hallmark's biggest Christmas movie stars, Lacey Chabert and Holly Robinson Peete, as old talent who needed to be replaced.
Let me tell you something. I don't watch the Hallmark Channel. I've never watched the Hallmark Channel. But you get rid of Lacey Chabert, I never will watch the Hallmark Channel.
Right. So both Lacey Chabert and Holly Robinson Peete have been in quite a number of Christmas movies for the Hallmark Channel.
Right.
They're very, I would say, they're huge talent at that network. So Hallmark, of course, is freaking out. They had to make the statement. Like, we usually don't comment on pending litigation, but Lacey Chabert and Holly Robinson Peete actually, have a home here, and these are outrageous allegations. They were sort of really working quickly to make sure that Lacey Chabert and Holly Robinson Peete did not.
Yeah. I don't necessarily care about Holly Robinson Peete, but you get rid of Lacey Chabert, that's anything but fetch.
That is exactly right. That's exactly right. I hope that word catches on.
I do
fetch.
Give it up, Lewis. It's never going to work.
It's never going to happen.
Oh, Hallmark messed up, though. Netflix got themselves a heartwarming romantic Christmas movie.
Oh, yeah? How'd they mess up?
Because Hallmark didn't think of this first. It's called The Merry Gentleman.
The Merry Gentleman, eh?
Yeah.
Was it a British dude?
Let's talk about a Christmas version of Chippendales. The Merry Gentleman.
Oh, are they Christmas strippers?
Yes.
Oh.
I watch a lot of Netflix, but I can tell you this will never be in my queue.
Talk about chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Yes, sir. All right, I got something.
What you got?
A Brady Bunch revival that is not ever going to happen. It was supposed to happen. I don't know if you guys remember in 2019 the HGTV did the very Brady renovation.
Yeah, they took the house and went there.
And they had all the whole cast in, right?
Yeah,
or the kids.
Yeah,
anyway.
all the kids. And it was a huge success. So CBS wanted to do a revival, and they worked on it for a year. All the original siblings had a hand in recreating their characters. But one of the kids, which would be Cindy Brady, played by Susan Olsen, she messed it all up. She didn't intend to mess it up, but she is a libertarian and a Trump supporter in real life, and she wanted her character to be that way on the show. Because as the revival, they were going to play to their own real personalities in real life. And she's got a podcast, and she's very outspoken about her support for Donald Trump and everything. And CBS discovered that, and they asked her to take a course on political correctness, which she did. But then she said they still came up with 50 pages worth of other stuff on her that they found objectionable. So the whole thing got scrapped.
It's interesting. I saw some of this. I don't know if it was an interview or her podcast. Some of the videos started popping up on my TikTok. I was interested in them. So if you like one of those, then all the rest of them will start coming up. So I was watching them, and it was very interesting. She said that the cast did not necessarily have a problem with her. It was the network, but she did say that Eve Plum, the woman who played Jan Brady,
Jan
does not speak to her now. Won't speak to her
Jan.
right now. But everybody else she's cool with. But she said for some reason that she's not. Eve Plum will not communicate with her. So
she needed the money. Now she's mad.
The Brady Bunch doesn't get along. So huge news in 1970.
Yeah, Cindy. Susan.
I just think maybe George Glass is to blame here.
Probably.
They were going to have Cousin Oliver.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well.
But, Susan said, I'm like, wow, I've been canceled. A role that I've played for over 50 years, I can't play it now because I'm too dangerous.
Here's the thing, though. I don't understand why no one has learned to just keep your politics out of your job on both sides of the coin.
Well, she does a podcast. She talks about politics on her podcast.
Right, but when you're going to join in a show, why is your caveat, I won't do it unless you can let me be extremely political on the show.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think that's right either.
That's what I'm saying. I don't care what you do.
Wait a minute. I don't think she was trying to be extremely political. She was just trying to be herself. All the kids were allowed to develop their own characters for the revival and be who they really were. But because she supports Trump, she's not allowed to be.
I don't know if it's as much, and it very well might be. I don't know. I wasn't in the room. But I think a lot of it is they didn't want any kind of overly political character on the show, because that's not what the Brady Bunch is about. You don't watch the Brady Bunch for political satire or political commentary or anything else.
But this was different. that she was going to be this podcaster on the show, and that's what she does. So
That's fine, but I am guaranteeing you that none of the other former Brady kids were going to be political.
Right.
Like Lewis is saying. I guarantee that. I think their network probably wasn't going to throw their support behind a hot button character.
Right.
Like, why are you going to do that? It's the Brady Bunch. This is Pablum. This is supposed to just be nice and fine and fun and cute and sweet and all that. Why are you wanting to anger half your audience?
Well, I guess she got fired from a radio gig in 2016. People perceived as homophobic, and that's why they made her take the political correctness course.
And that's where I think Disney has taken it too far to the left extreme. But I think Disney does a lot of the things that Disney does because they don't want to be painted as being hated by any of those special interest groups.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I get it. Whatever. Maybe just,
I just don't think anybody should be doing anything to anybody based on anybody's political beliefs.
No, but I think you need to learn to keep your political beliefs out of your job. Because, again,
it is her job. She's a podcaster.
Not a job as an actor.
Not a job as an actor.
Her real job is one thing.
Rick, if you and I...
They wanted to hire her for another thing.
I know, but they also said they weren't having her because of her political beliefs, because of the things she said on her podcast.
If you went... Let's take it in terms you'll appreciate. Let's say you... Dick, Rick, we want you on Bassmasters. We want you to be the host of Bassmasters. And your contingent is, hey, I am a diehard political whatever. I need to make sure that at least some of my commentary can be political.
Okay, I don't know that she said that. What I'm telling you is they canceled her from the show because of the things she said on her podcast in the past.
But you told us she wanted her character to be...
Well, she did.
Okay,
How about Roseanne lost her entire career over a tweet?
And she referenced that.
Yeah, so I'm just saying that, I don't know. Politics is a messy business, and
Correct.
I don't know any network looking for a giant audience wants to dip their toe in that.
Correct.
But I don't hate her job, and who cares? Like, go do what you do, and stand up for what you stand up for. But is this worth costing you an acting job?
That's the question.
Oh.
All right, let's stay on polarizing subjects. I got something. Hawaiian pizza. You guys like a Hawaiian pizza?
No. I hate pineapple.
Okay.
Oh, I love pineapple.
Okay.
Yes, I like Hawaiian pizza.
A Hawaiian pizza, ham and pineapple.
I hate ham, but go ahead. Yeah, Thick can have my ham if I can have his pineapple.
There you go. Now we're good.
Well, the Hawaiian pizza was not invented in Hawaii. In fact, it has little or nothing to do with Hawaii. It was invented by a guy named San Panopoulos in Ontario, Canada in 1962.
Say that again.
Ontario, Canada, huh?
Yeah. Hawaiian
Crazy
pizza was
Canadians.
invented in Canada in 1962 by a guy who was looking for an alternative to spicy on pizza, and he wondered how it would taste with pineapple instead of pineapple and pepperoni.
Crazy Canadians.
So there you go. Nothing quite as polarizing as pineapple on pizza.
The last time I ate that, I got food poisoning.
What, Hawaiian pizza?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, yeah, you'll never have it again.
I didn't even eat it. It was we got a pizza that was half and half, and I guess I don't know if the juice got under mine or what, but
It's the Morning Blitz. Dick, Rick, Kelly Quinn, Lewis 652, sunny 63 today. Should be a nice day, just a little cooler. Not going to do it. We're not going down the politic rabbit hole that's begun because of the Brady Bunch discussion. I'm just letting you know. And by you, I mean Blitz Nation. Not gonna do it. Wouldn't be prudent at this juncture. Let's talk about something that has nothing to do with politics. What do you got there, Thick Rick?
Cardi B is pissed off.
Let's talk about politics.
Oh, this has nothing to do with politics.
Coronavirus!
No, somebody played a nasty prank on her called Child Protective Services and told them that her 3 children were being abused. And CPS showed up at her house with the police Monday night, 11 p.m., and Cardi was absolutely livid. And she went on Instagram Live. By the way, she was in a hospital bed. And she wanted to let whoever did this, let them know that they are toast.
I promise you this. I'm going to sue Child Protective Services, and I'm also going to sue the person that did this, because I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to hire the best private investigator in the whole country, because y'all take joking too far. My kids live great. My kids have never been touched, never gotten hit. No matter how annoying they are, I never hit my kids. Every weekend, my kids go to Fly Zone. Y'all want a prank call? Y'all going to die. I'm not calling the cops on you. As soon as I know and retract that phone call, I'm going to beat the out of you. My baby father is going to beat the out of you because you thought it was okay to mess with our kids.
That's wrong, but she's still funny.
You won't die.
Right.
Kids are at Fly Zone every weekend.
Yeah,
How
they
dare
got a great
you?
life.
You know what? A lot of people hate the coronavirus. A lot of people hate COVID. I don't. You know why? Because just before Corona hit, Cardi B was going to go on tour, which means she would come everywhere, and coronavirus stopped that. So for me, I will always have a soft spot in my heart for what coronavirus did for humanity.
Coronavirus!
Right.
It is weird, though, that and you see this happening a lot where people, even like a TikTok person or whatever, will make a video and then people will stalk them. They will call like CPS. They'll call the police for investigations. They will do, people have really gone way over the line when it comes to celebrities or content creators. They'll mess with their lives. They'll mess with their jobs. If I was Cardi B, I don't blame her. I would hire an investigator and freaking track that person down. And that's it. That is it.
Yeah, that's pretty low. Calling Child Protective Services and stuff like
It's disgusting.
Pretty low.
Why would you do that to somebody? Because they do have to launch an investigation.
Yeah.
So your life is going to be invaded for a time while they make sure that your kids are fine.
Well, and the other thing, too, is now there's a record of it, and if something happens down the road, now there's a second now you've got another record about it.
Somebody could call again next week. And now you've got a real problem on your hands.
What's weird to me is that it one phone call from anybody to CPS, and they can just invade your life like that. With no evidence, no proof, no nothing.
Well, think if they didn't, and there actually was something going on.
Well, I know, but it's so weird. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, it's definitely a low blow for sure. So,
and she says she's going to sue them too. I don't know if and it's weird because they come, they invade you, and they have no probable cause other than one phone call from some random stranger.
Yeah.
And now your life's turned upside down, but I don't think she's going to get anywhere suing them. I think she can definitely press charges against whoever made the prank call.
Yeah, for sure.
Caused this, but sorry, Cardi.
Now, three things you need to know before you go.
This is a familiar story in Columbus. 4 teenagers will be charged after driving 2 stolen vehicles. Police spotted 2 vehicles in the Hilltop area that were confirmed stolen. The vehicles fled at a high rate of speed and were followed by a police helicopter. One of the vehicles was abandoned at Buckeye Middle School on Parsons Avenue. The other vehicle continued and finally crashed at Linwood and Reinhardt Avenues. 2 teens in each vehicles were arrested and will be charged with felony fleeing, with more charges to come. A Florida mother says an AI chatbot is responsible for her teenage son's suicide. Megan Garcia is suing the company Character AI, accusing the company's chatbots of initiating abusive and sexual interactions with her teenage son and encouraging him to take his own life. Garcia says her 14-year-old son began using Character AI in April of last year, and the bots engaged in sexual conversations as well as talks of suicide with him. The lawsuit argues the company intentionally designed and programmed Character AI to operate as a deceptive and hyper-sexualized product and knowingly marketed it to children. A spokesperson for Character AI says they are heartbroken by the tragedy and they've implemented new safety measures over the last 6 months to protect users.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Amazon getting into the gas game. Apparently, if you are an Amazon Prime member, you can now save 10 cents a gallon at the pump at about 7,000 BP and Amoco stations across the country. And then starting next year, for those EV owners, Prime members can get discounts at BP charging stations. So it always pays to be a Prime member, I guess. I've never done it. Only when it's a free trial. And about every 2 years, they give you a 30-day free trial, and buddy, do I use that up.
Is that every 2 years?
Something like that.
They do?
I haven't gotten one in a while. I think it's been over 2 years at this point. But yeah, I do the free trials around Christmas so I can get free shipping. And
when did that start? Amazon Prime, that membership and the shipping? Because I feel like I've had it for at least 10 years.
Yeah. And you get discounts at Whole Foods, and it's worth it, especially if you like their, movies. And
like some of their shows.
They're streaming. They have a music service.
It's very convenient for shopping.
Sure thing is. Yes.
They don't. I will tell you this: Amazon does not always have the best price on something.
Yeah.
You won't always find the absolute best price on whatever you're looking for, but
the free shipping.
It's usually really
Capital
close.
One shopping is fantastic, though.
What's that?
Capital One shopping.
Capital One?
If you add it to your browser, it'll find the better prices for you.
Okay.
It finds you deals and coupon codes and all that stuff. Frequently use it.
I'll have to
Is
check
that right?
That out.
Do you have to be
One.
a Capital One user?
I don't think so. Not anymore.
Huh.
All right.
What do you know?
At the time I started using it, I was a Capital One user. I'm not a Capital One user anymore, per se, but it's there.
All right. I have to check that out. And those are your 3 things.
7:08 on your morning blitz. Kelly Quinn, Thick Rick. I'm Lewis. 1 week removed or away from Halloween, which is a holiday that has gotten bigger than it ever has been.
Massive.
Just like the razor blades you'll find in your Reese cups, the holiday is large. Or not. What?
Yeah.
Except circus peanuts. I bet they don't put razor blades in circus peanuts. You know why? Because whoever is trying to do that will go, nobody's going to eat these. Why waste our time?
Yeah.
All I did was cut it in half.
Right?
I don't know, man. That's kind of I know that has happened before, but it's more of a myth. The whole razor blades. Of course, I'm not eating an apple that anybody gives me either. But
Tainted candy.
Yeah, I mean, it happens because of copycat stuff.
What candy would you bother not tainting because no one's ever going to touch? And you'd be wasting your time.
Guarantee it's a candy I love.
That's what I'm saying. Black licorice.
Black licorice, circus peanuts, Boston baked beans. What else do I love? Any kind of candy corn, any version, any shape of candy corn.
Do you guys like jelly beans?
Yes.
They're
do.
okay.
Yeah, I can kind of take them or leave them.
Right flavor.
Black jelly beans?
Love them. I asked for, as a kid, in my Halloween basket, in my Easter basket, it's a Halloween basket. In my Easter basket, my mom would get me, they would sell just black jelly beans. And she would get me a huge package of just black jelly beans. It was a delight.
By the way, now it says it's going to be 78 for a high on Halloween. This is crazy.
Is your mad scientist going to wear shorts?
We might have to.
That's why my cousin Eddie in booty shorts is a great costume.
I love it.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like the pandemic jump-started and I know it was already big, but remember when the pandemic first started and people started putting up lights?
Christmas lights.
Yeah, they were putting up Christmas lights. Here it was, it was June and July, and people had Christmas lights on their house.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Made people feel good. Put up lights.
Yeah, and then there were the lights for the blue lights for
Police,
and then the
support.
lights for the hospital workers. There was a different color for them, and then I just felt like, because I know that whole summer we did so much work on our house, painted our fence, because there was nothing to do.
Can they do a light where if you need money, you put a green light up, and people might just drive by and give you money,
like a GoFundMe?
Yeah, like whole yard would be lit up.
But there was, I just think there was nothing to do, so people thought, hey man, let's go all out and decorate for Halloween.
I have a different theory.
Okay.
I think it's a generational thing, because if you look at the way parents now celebrate their kids' birthday parties, they're huge.
Yeah.
We didn't do that as kids. How about the homecoming and prom proposals that happen now?
Yeah.
They're enormous.
Yeah.
It's like a generation of people have come up doing things bigger.
Over the top.
And I think that includes Halloween.
Well, it almost seems like it's more for adults now. It's like, well, the kids are getting dressed up and going trick-or-treating. Yeah, that's just a thing. But this party's for us. We're doing this for us.
See, I came from the era where Halloween was a bar party, like a bar holiday.
Sure.
costume.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of people have parties, yeah.
You drunken millennials.
Right. Everything has to be a sexy whatever your costume is. Even though there's always the one person they're like, probably shouldn't have went with the sexy version of that. Just the normal version would have been fine.
I mean, as a kid, you got a plastic mask, crappy plastic mask.
And you loved it.
A pillowcase.
You loved it.
Maybe go to a party.
But I think everything's just more involved now. Everything's bigger. Everything's celebrated to the nth degree and
commercialized.
Yeah.
Well, now, Kelly, I know you're fine with older kids trick or treating.
I love it.
I love it.
Absolutely love a high schooler coming to my house for trick or treating.
You don't like it either of us? It is kind of odd. I mean, I'll give them candy if they
I
come.
will say this: if you put some effort into your costume, I'm more okay with it than if you just put on a hoodie.
Yeah, and you'll see that.
I'm a student.
See, I don't need a costume at all. You can walk up to my door on trick or treat night, and I will give you candy.
If I come up to your house on trick or treat night and my
100%.
booty short cousin Ezzy, I'm getting trick or treating.
You will.
Wow.
You will. I'll talk about you when you leave.
So no age limit.
No age limit. No,
it's
absolutely
fine for adults?
not. 100% fine for adults. I don't mind. I love candy, just like you. Why are we pretending that we've aged out of loving candy and wanting to get it door to door?
Well, kids can't necessarily go buy candy. We can as adults. That's the difference.
That's true, but it's not free. One night a year, rather. Why can't I go door to door and get free candy?
All right, well...
Why is there an age limit on that?
Well, there is, according to America, and I'll tell you what that age is coming up next.
Let's go trick-or-treating dressed up like Marilyn Manson. Let's go trick-or-treating dressed up like Marilyn Manson.
Godsmack, one of the bands I was hoping would be on the lineup, but they did not make the cut this year. It is what it is. It's okay.
They may not be touring.
That's possible. 7:23 with Thick, Kelly, and Lewis on the Morning Blitz. Talking Halloween, we think it's much bigger now, and the age to trick-or-treat.
Yeah, so there was a survey done by Farley Dickinson University.
Oh, yeah, well-known school.
New Jersey. And most Americans say kids should stop trick-or-treating by 13 and a half years old.
Well, that's what they would say at Farley Dickinson University.
Right. Well, now
even I think that's a little.
Yeah, I mean, how do you? Where does that come from? Is that just the average of what people said? I'm guessing because 25% of people said they should trick or treat as long as they like.
Well, those people are a little off, but 13.
No, I do remember. I remember as a kid that you were done at 12, like that. 6th grade. 6th grade was still elementary. It wasn't moved into a middle school situation. That was it for you. And once we went to junior high in 7th grade, we were no longer. I guess it was understood we were not trick or treating anymore.
See, for us, it was senior year of high school.
Really?
Yeah, senior year of high school, we were done.
Yeah, but I never knew if there was like a rule about that or something, or it just seemed like it. It was hard and fast.
Chuck said...
You're too old to trick-or-treat at 13.
Chuck says, it's Charles. I think I speak for all of Blitz Nation when I say we need photos and a video of Thick's Halloween costume and garage.
Well, I told Chuck, I've posted them in the past. I'll post them this year. Okay.
Now...
Kelly's seen the pictures.
I have.
I think you have too, Lewis.
Yeah, I saw one last year when you didn't do it.
Yeah, you saw it from the year before.
Mm-hmm. I thought the bondage gear was a little much for a kid's show, but whatever. Teach their own. It's Halloween.
My firm opinion on it is that 13 is not too old to trick-or-treat. My firm opinion is trick-or-treating should be able to be done by all ages. And if you would come to my door as an 18-year-old, even in no costume, and say trick or treat, I am handing over some candy. Yeah. You know why? It delights me. It's such an innocent activity. It's just a fun thing to do. You get to see your neighbors. Everybody's out. We're all like in a good mood and having a good time. And it's such a nice activity.
What if you don't want to see the neighbors? Great. Now the damn neighbor kids are going to come.
Well, then lock your door, turn off your lights, and be a Scrooge.
But then they know. I know you're in there.
Nobody cares. They just pass you by. If you don't like it, don't participate. But for those of us who do enjoy it, why are we age limiting people?
Leah said my 15-year-old wants to trick or treat, and I say go for it because it's better than them going out and stealing cars or doing something stupid.
Yes, that's true. My brother-in-law hands out Jell-O shots to the parents on Trick or Treat, which is great. But my question is, who is the oldest trick or treater in Blitz Nation? I would like to know. How if you're out there and you're an adult and you're going to trick or treat, will you tell us? What are you dressing as? How old are you?
Which neighborhood should I trick or treat in this year?
Well, now that's a whole other issue, and that's starting to get ugly in some places with people getting pissed that people are coming from other neighborhoods.
I should do an experiment for the Blitz. I should just take the most up-to-do neighborhood there is and take myself out trick-or-treating.
I would like to see you go over south of Lane Avenue and Upper Arlington.
I was thinking Upper Arlington would be the place to go.
I think that's a really good place for you to start.
In my Cousin Eddie costume.
Yeah, I want to see it. I'll just walk along the sidewalk and film.
That's all you have to
I don't know why we're caring that kids from other neighborhoods come into our neighborhood. Why do we care about that? They're kids. Who cares? Maybe there isn't very good trick-or-treating in their neighborhood. Maybe nobody's participating. Come on in. Come to my neighborhood.
Carrie says
that's because Kelly doesn't get any trick-or-treat.
Yeah.
Well, I don't, but I did in Westerville. We got hundreds of them, and they absolutely had carloads of kids dropped off from other neighborhoods, and I am 2 thumbs up on that. The more the merrier. They would have like the Westerville Fire Department comes up and down the streets with the big fire trucks and hands out candy to kids. It is such a fun night. Why are we trying to limit it?
Carrie says you can definitely age out of trick-or-treating. When you see facial hair, it's time to hang it up.
Is that right?
And Jay says, I don't like killing people's joy, so I just let them have Camry. Not me, Candy, not me. I'm a joy killer. I'll be honest. You're too old. Get off my porch.
Yeah, we know. Now, the neighborhood thing, that is another... Like I said, it's a big discussion, and we will definitely have to come back to that.
Soundgarden on the Morning Blitz, 7:37. My name's Lewis. That's Thick Rick. She's Kelly Quinn. We are the Morning Blitz. Sunshine, dry, 63. Not a bad October day. I kind of wish it was this way for Halloween, though, instead of in the upper 70s.
Why?
This is because 60s is perfect Halloween weather.
Well, that's the high. For Halloween, yeah, but I mean, trick-or-treating, it probably won't still be that warm.
I hope not. It's tough to wear a costume when it's 80 degrees.
Yeah.
The struggle is real.
Yeah, but you know what? When it's cold and icky, they got big coats and stuff over their costumes.
Yeah, I hate that. Your costume's ruined by the jacket. Yeah. Or you have to wear the jacket underneath your costume. And if you're say a husky kid, and your costume was already, a tough fit, you got to wear it over top the jacket. Oh, that makes it so much worse.
I'm Batman.
Oh, you're Batman.
Shut up.
That little Batman really let himself go.
All right, think fast. We have got Lewis playing for Matt, and Kelly is playing for Steiner. And Steiner said she's all about it, Kelly.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Steiner.
She didn't say that.
I love that name. Yes, she did.
I must have missed that part.
Yeah, I guess you did. Well, that's that. People only like to listen to what they agree with. So.
Tends to be the way things roll. All right.
Okay, so up for grabs, a pair of tickets to see Cole Chamber. And we have 3 rounds. If you haven't heard, this first round, I will give Lewis and Kelly a clue, and it must start with a certain letter. And these could be anything, as always. So you guys ready?
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Yes. Let me take a deep breath and...
Good music here.
Oh.
All right. First one. An illegal drug that starts with the letter E.
Ecstasy.
Yes.
Yeah.
A school subject that starts with the letter T.
Trigonometry.
Yes.
Good. I was never good in school.
I was never good with drugs. So
what are there
good on you
besides trig and typing? What else would there be? Do they still teach typing in school?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
Really? Man. Stupid home row keys. All right. A fruit that starts with the letter C.
Carrot. Is carrot a fruit?
No.
Carrot.
No, but cassava melon is.
No.
What? Cassava melon. It's a cassava melon is a fruit.
What the hell?
Cantaloupe. Fine.
Okay.
Change it up.
Yes, cantaloupe is... I've never in my life heard of a cassava melon.
Don't you remember Coming to America? Breast as big as cassava melons.
Okay, so it's made up.
No, it's not.
Show me one. I want to see one.
Well, Either way, cantaloupe.
The coconut, cherry, and cranberry are the other ones I thought of.
Get that far.
All right. A profession starting with the letter B.
Barista.
Yes.
All right. Wow.
You got your bankers, your bartenders, your bus drivers, your bookkeepers, and your baristas. And it was written on here. All right. Final one. Well, this would be to win the round because we're tied. A type of metal.
Wait, metal?
Metal. M-E-T-A-L.
Okay.
A type of metal starting with the letter T.
Titanium.
Oh, yeah, there he is. All right. I'm not doing slogans this week.
Thank God.
But I am doing finish the phrase.
Oh, come on. That might be worse.
I'll give you the first half of the phrase and you finish it. Pull yourself up.
And
By
dust
your
yourself
bootstraps.
off.
Yes, Kelly. What did you say?
That
man?
was
dust
good,
yourself off.
That is a good one.
Thank you.
I'll take the win.
No,
but-
this was pull yourself up. That's pick yourself up and dust yourself up.
Oh.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, Esther. All right. That will go over like
A lead balloon.
Yeah.
This is the worst category ever.
It's the best, I think. But go on.
Ready? Children should be seen.
Not
heard.
Kelly was faster. He robbed Peter
To pay Paul.
See if Kelly can sweep this one. She's happy as
A clam.
Yep.
That's the dumbest category ever.
Boo, Steiner, we're doing it.
All right, you each got a round. All right, scary movie round. This one I am
Oh,
doing like
crap.
last week.
This is not good. This is not my.
I give you
week
one
again.
word. You tell me the horror movie. Horror movie.
I can't remember names of movies.
Okay. She's over here quoting this morning.
Right, but I
But you
can't
can't remember the names.
I got one movie, Austin Powers. Does that come up in this list?
All right.
All right.
No, it's not a horror movie.
Okay.
All right. One word. Jig.
Jigsaw.
Yeah.
Saw.
Prom.
Night. Carrie.
Yes, Carrie.
Prom Night's also a horror movie too, so either one of
I
those
know, but
would
I
have
would
been
not
for-
use the word in from the movie.
Well, but you did, and that technically, by what definition of what you said,
Are you arguing to double your win here?
Yes.
Because you've already won.
I argue on principle.
Antichrist.
Damien, The Omen.
The Omen. Cenobites.
What?
Cenobites.
I don't know. Critters. Cenobite. Gremlins.
No.
No idea.
That was what they called the creatures in the movie Hellraiser.
Oh.
Those were Cenobites.
I would have used pins. But that's okay.
And finally, Red Rum.
Shining.
Yes.
But I still won the round.
You did.
And I won the game.
And you won the game. And that means Matt is going to see Coal Chamber.
Steiner, I'm real sorry about your daughter and the loss that you took this morning.
Steiner's daughter?
She sent a text. This is Steiner. I'm doing this for my daughter.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Part of me feels bad. The other part of me, after getting swept that second round, feels really good about the comeback.
You didn't know Red Rum?
I did, but she got it first.
What is Red Rum?
I was thinking, what's Red Rum? Isn't that the name of the place in The Shining?
No. It's Murder in the Mirror.
Oh,
Yeah.
murder. Oh.
Red Rum. Red Rum.
Okay.
Jeez, can't believe you didn't know that, Lewis.
That was a good game, though. That was a good one.
It's not a good game. I don't know horror movies,
But you
so
killed-
I'll
you-
never win that category.
I meant
But
the game
you
was
killed me in the
close.
finish the phrase round. My God, I didn't stand a chance.
Well, I won't do any horror movies next.
Will you do
next
phrases, all three?
That's not fair either. This morning's Blitz, 749, Thick Rick, Kelly Quinn, Lewis. Steiner, I feel bad. Coal Chamber was her first concert, and her 15-year-old daughter and her were just talking about it. Matt
Yeah, I
said,
guess
"Thank
you really stole their dream, didn't you, Lewis? By
Dream Crusher, that's me. I'm sorry.
You ruin everything. Matt's listening like, well, hey, wait a minute. I wanted to go, too. Yeah. Well, Matt's going.
So they announced yesterday, Kirsch laid it all out for you beautifully, the lineup, the full lineup for Sonic Temple, day by day by day by day.
Yeah, we even got the daily schedule in there.
Which looks pretty good. We got our Linkin Park wish.
We did, man. And I can't wait. I'd gotten myself so hyped up for it, I was like, yeah, now it'll never happen. And there it was.
Yep.
I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, me too.
I had a friend who wasn't going this year because they had other things going on that they just didn't have the money. And then she texted me yesterday and said, well, I couldn't help it. I had to buy Saturday tickets. She bought, because single day tickets went on sale yesterday too.
Yeah, for just just the 1 day passes, which is, I mean, Saturday's a pretty good day to go, though.
Good, yeah, it is.
I mean, if you really are just looking at 1 day, or you could go for one of the Metallica days if you're a Metallica fan. I mean, the problem with not seeing both days of Metallica is you're going to get some songs left out.
Yeah, what are you going to miss? Because it's two different sets.
You know, and because of their catalog, they're not going to do all of it in one swoop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the lineup overall, I can't say too much about it. I do have a hot take, but I am fired up for Thursday night because I do like Bad Omens. And it'll be nice to see what 3 Days Grace does with both singers.
Yeah, I know. That's going to be interesting.
But here's my hot take. Are you ready? I'm indifferent on Korn.
That's Korn, man.
I know. But
I feel like Korn's so solid, though. You can't go wrong with it. Maybe you've seen them too much.
I think that's what it is.
Because it is, they're always a solid headliner.
Absolutely. They are. Again, I got nothing against Korn. I think it just might be the fact that I've seen them so many times over the last few years. Like every time I turn around, Korn.
Yeah, that happens when you've seen a band so much and then you're like, oh, okay, all right.
my other hot take, and Rick, you were talking about this a little while ago, Incubus.
What about them? What's your hot take?
I'm not super fired. Incubus is another one that, if I see him, great. If I don't, and that just might be me.
No, I get it. I mean, they're a different kind of band. They're more alternative to me.
But I am, Alice in Chains, yes. Chevelle, yes. I Prevail, yes.
There's so many.
Trivium.
Yeah. We're going to have to get Monday off, guys.
Sick Puppies, I haven't seen in a while. It'd be good to see them again. The Jimmy Eat World thing is interesting to me, too.
That was like, where'd that come from? I didn't even know they were still a thing.
Yeah. But I like Fame on Fire. Bad Flower is always good, From Ashes to New. So, I mean, there's a lot on here to like.
Grandson. I love Grandson. I've never seen Crossfade before. I love Ginger. Again, I'm looking at metal bands. Hatebreed's there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man.
I haven't seen Crossfade in years. All That Remains.
I love All That Remains.
All That Remains. Caskets, I like.
My only disappointment is Arch Enemy's headlining a side stage on Sunday night. Whitechapel. I didn't even notice that one until just this moment. That is heavy. Cannibal Corpse.
We had Asking Alexandria at the Bluestone, and they're fantastic.
Yeah.
So seeing those guys again is good.
Love them.
Memphis, I like.
Got Seven Dust, Testament, Exodus, Overkill, Hoobastank.
Seven Dust always has a good live show. Lejean sounds fantastic.
Okay, am I blind? What is the band that is listed? Are you guys on the Sonic Temple site?
Yeah.
Okay, on Thursday, right underneath Motionless in White. What does that say?
Is that Poppy?
That's Poppy, I think.
Yeah. Oh, Poppy. Okay, yeah. I could not read it. I'm like, is my vision
really
going?
Weird.
Poppy, gotcha.
Hey, so we got Korn and Metallica. Can you imagine Korn doing Metallica? Like, this is what it would sound like if Korn did Master of Puppets.
Come crawling faster.
Not quite the same, is it? Not at all.
Alien Ant Farm's an interesting, too.
Yeah, I know 2 of their songs. One's a cover.
What is Acid Bath? That sounds so hardcore. I flipping love it. I have to see Acid Bath. What is that?
They do symphonic metal. There's no guitars. It's all orchestra music.
Is that right?
No.
Acid Bath. Listen to this. Acid Bath is an American sludge metal band from Louisiana.
Yeah.
Sludge metal? What is sludge metal?
It's dirty. Real dirty.
And it looks like there's a clown on the front of their latest album.
Now let's
Acid Bath.
Yeah. We'll come back to all of this.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
Well, some difficult job news for Columbus. The credit card and banking company Bread Financial, which is headquartered at Easton, is laying off 500 employees nationwide, 130 here in Columbus. The company says it's just going to outsource that work. And DHL Supply Chain is shutting down its logistics facility in Canal Winchester, putting 173 employees out of work. A suspected drunk driver narrowly avoided Vice President Kamala Harris's motorcade after a Milwaukee campaign event. The incident happened Monday night when Harris's motorcade barreled toward a vehicle going the wrong way on the freeway. The vehicle reportedly came within feet of her convoy. Milwaukee County Sheriff's deputies trailing the motorcade stopped the vehicle and arrested the 55-year-old male driver. He had no clue he was approaching a vice presidential motorcade. He was just 3 sheets.
Drunk.
He allegedly failed sobriety tests and had an open alcohol container in the car.
I was impressed the way he stayed all the way to one side, all the way down that freeway.
Yeah? Going the wrong way?
Yeah.
Is that impressive?
That he didn't kill somebody. I just he was just completely on like the shoulder of the freeway, but going the wrong way.
And he didn't spill his beer.
Yeah,
doesn't seem to be any spillage. Immediately after former President Trump dropped in at the Mickey D's in Pennsylvania, searches for McDonald's costume spiked 412%, according to Google Trends data. While no retailer seemed to offer the complete Donald Trump McDonald's ensemble yet, the do-it-yourself version is an option. All you need is a Trump wig, a crisp white button-down, a red tie, and a McDonald's apron. And per the site, to add some flair, costume wearers can throw in a name tag and carry around a large fry. So yes, spiking the Mickey D's McDonald's costume search in Google 412%. And those are your 3 things.
Rage on the Morning Blitz, 808 Thick, Kelly, Lewis, talking Sonic Temple. I'm excited to see these guys.
Oh, yeah, Bad Omens is great. Fantastic.
Yeah, if you did not hear, the full lineup announced yesterday. Kirsch ran it down around noon. Bad Omens, definitely, they will be on right before Korn on Thursday night. I do wish they were Friday or Saturday, but that's just me. For selfish reasons.
Yep. Yeah, we got to get Monday off. Just have to have Monday off.
What day do you think the strongest... If I had to pick the strongest lineup day, I would probably say Thursday and Saturday.
I'm going Sunday. I mean,
like
obviously
Sunday?
it's like personal, taste and all, but I really can't wait for Alice in Chains. I'm so excited for that. I have never seen Alice in Chains in concert.
Okay.
Obviously, Metallica is going to be amazing. I do like Chevelle. Chevelle's so solid for me.
Yeah.
And I like Asking Alexandria.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to all the days. There's a great things about each day, I feel like. I don't know. What are you thinking, Vic?
I'm with you. I'm on Sunday. I mean, between, obviously you get Metallica and Alice in Chains and Chevelle. Like with those Ice Nine Kills to see them headline the other main stage. We get their entire show. I love Hollywood Undead and Asking Alexandria and Bad Flower from Ashes to New. And Arch Enemy is also on Sunday. So, yeah, I'm definitely, it's wrapping up. It's going to wrap up a great weekend, that's for sure, regardless of which day you prefer the most.
Now, better believe I'm going to be at Acid Bath on Friday.
All right. Are you sure?
Believe.
Are you sure?
Now, listen, let me just tell you a little bit before you play any Acid Bath. They apparently have not played. The band broke up in 1997. 1997.
Oh, really?
Acid, after 2 studio albums, I'm reading off their Wikipedia page, Acid Bath's career came to an abrupt end in 1997 when the bass guitarist and his parents were killed by a drunk driver.
Oh my gosh.
And for years, up until this very year, Acid Bath refused to do any new music without their bass guitarist because they were just devastated by his loss. They reunited this year.
No kidding.
Yes. And they said they will play their first show in 28 years in Las Vegas in April. So it looks like maybe getting their second show in 28 years. I mean, that's pretty cool. That's exciting.
That is crazy.
Well,
now, are they any good? Let's hear it.
Well, they are sludge metal. Well, I don't know what might be in this song, so I might have to hit a dump.
Well, they already said GD, so. This is sludge metal?
Yeah, one guy's wearing a Gojira shirt. I love it. I don't know.
I kind of like this. It's melodic.
It is. Well, it's sludge metal, So, all right.
Well, what does sludge metal mean to you? Metal to me doesn't mean
it's melodic.
anything that's
what
melodic.
You said. No? You don't think sludge metal is melodic?
I don't think any metal is melodic.
No, I kind of feel like sludge metal
come on,
is like,
really?
I feel like that kind of like, well, we don't really know how to play, but we're just going to wail on guitars and see what happens.
What?
They said sludge metal is the combination of doom metal and death metal.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of melodic metal, though.
I got a bone to pick with DWP, though.
What's that?
Well, had the early discussions about Silver Side Up, and then there was this rumor that Nickelback was going to play, and Danny was all like, "Look, we can't have any chance that the tribute band upstages the real band." Right. It's just a lot of it's politics, man. It's all politics.
Jeez.
Lisa was hoping for one day of not great groups at Sonic, but all 4 days are amazing.
Does that mean she wanted to take a break?
Sounds like
maybe
it.
save a little money, not buying.
Here's the thing.
4 days.
Because they're doing Sunday will never be a bad day because you need to have reason for people to be there on Sunday. So you're not going to throw just the crap on Sunday and hope for the best. Because otherwise people will be like, well, we'll be done after Saturday night, call it an early weekend, take Sunday to recover, which is what most of us want to do. But because you put on Alice in Chains and Metallica on Sunday, now you've got a guarantee that people will be there.
Well,
which is
I don't know.
Smart.
I mean, I've seen some people saying that they're not happy about Metallica because they'd rather have two different headliners. But, again, it's not going to please everybody. But there's something there that will please everybody.
Sure,
that's what I'm saying.
I think overall it's a solid 4 days. It's a good lineup. Like you said, there's a little something for everybody.
Yeah, if you can't find something to love about this weekend, then you're in the wrong genre. Maybe you should go over to light rock.
Soothe your way into your weekend.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Travis just said everyone but Rick. Okay, I misunderstood. Lost their music cards. He said metal music is more melodic than any other genre by far.
Right. Nothing soothes the ears like a garbage.
I guess I shouldn't say that. I don't know anything really about hardcore heavy metal music, except I did not expect for Acid Bath to be melodic. I guess that's how I should have explained it. My idea of Acid Bath was not going to be melodic. It was going to be something
hardcore?
that I probably couldn't understand. I probably wouldn't be able to hear a lyric.
Oh, like Cookie Monster Rock?
Yeah.
If Silver Side Up were a metal, it would be called music to punch someone in the face to. Jets on the morning Blitz, 8:25. That's Thick Rick. She's Kelly Quinn. I'm Lewis. Looking at 63 and dry today.
Nice.
Yeah, nice little day. Nice little day. Travis, 20 plus years of listening to melodic metal bands, to each their own. But also, yes, I love country and pop. It's okay.
Yeah, man.
No, Travis was trying to say that metal is the most melodic music of any genre. And I said, have you ever heard a pop or a country song? So I was just saying I appreciate the passion, absolutely, and I need to be educated on the different subgenres of metal. I just am unfamiliar.
Do you know what the subgenre is for Megadeth?
No.
Thrash. Thrash metal.
I wouldn't even call...
We should have...
I literally would call early Megadeth metal, but I would not call...
New Megadeth?
Post mid-90s. Post early 90s.
We should get together and do LARPing and have each band represented by the house. We're the house of Metallica, or we're the house of wherever, like they did Game of Thrones style. We'd have the Battle of the Bastards.
You love a costume, don't you?
I do. I do. Why is Lewis wearing assless armor? Battle of the Bastards.
Oh, Travis gave me my music card back. Thank you. I really appreciate it, Travis. Love you, bud.
All right. So something else got taken away from a college that has nothing to do with their music card. Washington College is in Maryland, and it's old. I mean, old.
Washington College.
Washington College in Maryland.
In Maryland, okay.
Not to be confused with Washington College that's actually in Washington.
Is that university?
Right, university. Here's what happened. They recently announced they'd changed their logo, which has incorporated George Washington's signature, because kids these days are not learning cursive, and prospective students cannot read the logo.
Unbelievable.
To be fair, have you ever seen the Washington University or college logo? It is absolutely unreadable.
You mean his signature?
Yeah, it's not. It's. You need to change that. I understand it. You can make it like a subtext, but honestly, it's like a lot of loops. I mean,
that's how he signs stuff.
That's fine. Like I'm saying, it can be like subtext for your college, but you should have a nice, clear, readable logo.
Well, this dates back to 1782 when kids actually spent all afternoon on penmanship, but the cursive logo isn't that old. It only dates back to 2013 when kids would spend all afternoon on their PlayStation 4.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I hear what you're saying is that people can't read cursive writing anymore.
Or write it. But they could have changed the font. Instead, the new logo uses more traditional college typography and adds the Washington family crest. School officials say it's great because it can be used at different sizes and still be recognized.
Why did they stop teaching cursive?
I don't know.
I don't know, but even if they still taught cursive, I would
that.
say that Washington College should change that logo.
Okay, but here's what they did to the new logo. They added Latin because everybody speaks Latin.
Oh my God.
But that's more of a crest situation there.
The college says we adopted the Latin motto that encapsulates the college values both at its founding and today. Scientia Veritas Civitas, which translates as knowledge, truth, and citizenship. Then why don't you just say knowledge, truth, and citizenship?
Veritas is a fishing rod.
And I would have thought Scientia meant science.
That's fine. Maybe it's not readable either way. I still want to know, why did they stop teaching cursive in school? Why?
Okay, so other logos I want to put in for changing, okay? Other logos. Number one, and I brought it up just moments ago, and that is Poppy's logo. It's unreadable. Poppy,
there's several
singer.
Metal bands that are
Okay, unreadable.
Yeah,
Poppy, you can still do that sort of style, but let me be able to read it, okay? I'll buy some merch even.
The way they Bullet for My Valentine's very hard to read on there.
Another logo I want changed is the I voted sticker for Ohio, because that's so stupid. It has an I and then an outline of the state of Ohio and then says voting underneath it. I, Ohio, voting. I know they want the state of Ohio to look like a heart, like I love voting, but it doesn't. It looks like the state of Ohio.
But
so
you know what it means? Ohio
used
to be the heart of it all.
No, it says I, Ohio, voting.
But you know what it means.
No, I think it's stupid. It makes me feel illiterate wearing it.
Can I tell you this? I saw a political commercial last night with a word that I have not heard since school, which is gerrymandering.
Oh.
There's a new political... We are going to stop gerrymandering throughout the state.
It's a state issue, man.
I know it's issue. I know it's issue 1, but I have not heard gerrymandering, that phrase, used more than I have this time period ever.
Well, they just redrew the lines last year, so there was a lot of gerrymandering talk last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an important thing, I think.
All right. Well, maybe we'll come back and talk about why
Gerrymandering.
there is no cursive, because we still haven't answered poor Rick's question. It's the one question he had.
You can't
one
answer
question he had during this whole segment is why do they not teach cursive anymore?
It's okay.
And not one person
okay.
attempted to answer the poor guy's question. I feel bad.
Nobody, you can't answer it. Nobody can answer it. It just went away, just like geography and other things.
When did geography go away?
They don't teach geography in school anymore. You just said they don't teach typing in school anymore.
I said I didn't know if they still taught typing in school. I'm not a
I just thought we could use this opportunity to talk about dumb logos.
Crossfade. They'll be back at Sonic Temple.
Have not seen them in a minute.
Nobody has. They are playing. What day are they playing now? They are playing the Saturday, right before Grandson.
Oh yeah, they're there.
And that was the song you were listening for that Ronnie told you about yesterday afternoon. So hopefully you picked up on that at 8:41 with Fit, Kelly, and Lewis. Congratulations going out to
Drew Paveo from Croton, Ohio.
Nice job, Drew.
He has Sunday tickets.
He's my neighbor. I live in Johnstown.
And I said, yeah, you got Sunday tickets. He goes, yeah, Metallica.
That is a good lineup, man. That is a good day to win.
I think that's the best day.
So a lot of people... There are a few people that have the theory that cursive went away so young people can't read the Constitution.
Are you serious?
I don't know that I 100% buy into that theory. No offense to the 7 or 8 people that have it, that have texted in that have it.
Constantly hear that, they're trying to dumb us down. So maybe it's true.
What Car Audio Thomas, who is a great dude, he has his theory about that, and he's not alone. The other people seem to think that Virginia, cursive was removed from the Common Core state standards in 2010 because the writers believed that learning to use technology was more important.
Well, what if the power goes out?
That's a great question. I don't know. But supposedly cursive is... I lean towards more of the... And the only reason I say this, if you go back to 2010, there was far less division in the country as opposed to, again... There were a lot of people who did not like the fact that President Obama was in office, but there wasn't the political hate.
Oh, I don't know about that.
In 2010?
Yeah.
I feel like that didn't come for a few years.
Well, that's probably because social media got much bigger.
I agree, but I think that wasn't necessarily as widespread.
Go back to a year after 9/11 and look at the division that was going on.
Sure.
From completely united to completely divided in a year.
But it felt a different way, though, I think.
Well, again, because we weren't bombarded with it on social media. That's what I think.
And Mary said they don't teach typing because the students don't use typewriters. They stopped cursive writing because it's just not part of the standardized testing. It all started with Bush's No Child Left Behind educational systems, is where she says it came from.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about this whole thing so that people can't read.
I don't think it's so you can't read. I think it's more in line with nobody uses it anymore. Everybody texts, everybody print. I see more logic in that aspect of it.
Yeah.
Somebody texted that their kids learned cursive and geography in Gahanna schools. So they still teach it there.
Oh, good for Gahanna. But no typing.
Christine says the problem isn't cursive. The problem is their 6-year-old does math on the computer. Yes.
Why are we I guess you...
That's
if
good,
you have
though.
a laptop or something, you do need to know typing. It's not just for typewriters.
Right.
Somebody was like, nobody uses typewriters anymore, but we still use keyboards.
You type on a keyboard. I mean, I type on a keyboard every single day of my life.
But maybe really things are going smaller and smaller to just the, handheld devices where you're just using your thumbs.
Yeah.
But still knowing the layout of an actual keypad.
Yeah.
You need to know the layout, and that's what a typing class is for, is teaching your fingers to know the layout.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it's ASDF JKL semi. That's your home row. I loved my typing class. It was like a little puzzle you had to figure out, and then I like to be tested.
Oh, it just pissed me off.
Yeah, I mean, typing does still make sense because the computer keyboard is based on, so technically the T and the Y are in the same place as they would be on a typewriter, so it would make sense that you would learn how to use that.
QWERTY keyboard.
You need to know your QWERTY keyboard.
Yeah, because the stupid home row keys used to annoy me because I started typing when I was like 5 years old. And when I got to high school and I took a typing class, I could already type like 50 words a minute, but I didn't use the home row keys because I was never taught that way. And then I would get in trouble for not doing it. In fact, there were some, they would put tape a piece of paper to the typewriter so that it covered your hand. So you had to use the home row keys. And I said, that's not fair. I don't type that way. Well, that's the way you have to type. No, I don't. I'm faster than you typing my way.
Someone said
and
that.
I proved it.
Oh my gosh, you must have been. Teachers must have been like, "Oh gosh, I have thick Rick this year. Oh my gosh,
I did.
That guy's going to fight me on how smart he is."
Exactly.
Well, I was fast at typing my way, and now you
fastest kid in Grove City.
The curriculum outlines that you need to type this way. I know. But I'm gonna let you finish. But
however, I'm way better than you my way.
It was not a
Beyonce
but.
had the greatest music video of all time.
It was not a but. It was strictly that I taught myself to type at a very young age, and now they wanted to teach me to do it a different way, which would have made me slower.
Not everybody's quite the typing prodigy that you were.
I know that.
To your point, they ought to figure out how to best. I know you can't practically do this with 50 million kids in one classroom. However, they should have embraced what you were doing, Thick Rick, to your point, and said, okay, you know it. It may not be pretty, but you're doing it well and you're not making mistakes, so it works, and that's fine.
You
it's
realize,
absolutely functional.
Give me the typing test, let me do it my way, and then grade me on it.
You realize... A young Edward Van Halen learned to play guitar much the same way. So we are in the room of the Eddie Van Halen of typing.
Well, maybe.
Don't even realize it.
I mean, now I can do like 80 words a minute.
In the history of in the Sketcherman Chronicles, when Sketcherman was 9 years old, not only did he go outside, spear his own wild game to bring back home for dinner, but he also taught himself to type.
Don't hate, man, just because you're jealous.
Not hating at all.
Sound like hate to me. Just like my teacher. Sound just like my teacher at Grove City High School in 10th grade.
You know how when you used to do trick or treat and you'd sit home with your siblings and trade candies? I bet the teachers did that at Grove City High School. Like, I'll trade you one Thick Rick for two of your
Reese cups. 7 Mary 3 on the Morning Blitz. Kelly Quinn. I'm Lewis. That is the Van Halen of typing, Thick Rick over there. Well, and someone wants to know if they teach geography in Boo Cyrus. I think they probably do. Find people this is their time.
We did get several texts from people whose kids do have cursive. And this was another one. Yeah, I was going to bring this up. I don't know if anybody knew this. We got a text that says, Ohio passed a law in 2018 requiring that everyone learn cursive by the end of 5th grade.
That's crazy. Todd said when they co-signed for their daughter's car, she didn't know how to sign her name.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
Well, I mean, they don't spend any time doing it, so...
This is true.
You know.
They do spend time on Halloween costumes, though.
That they do.
Sometimes more time than necessary, but...
You know, we were talking about adults dressing up, and 1 in 4, 25% of adults will dress up this year. It's a fictional person or a character, an animal or a creature. 19%, 16% a concept. You're going to dress up as a concept.
The girl child in the house came to us one day. I'll never forget this. And she was going to be a Vine. Remember when Vines were the thing? Everybody watched Vines?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be a Vine. And both of us were like, how? This is the dumbest idea ever.
But how do you be a...
I don't want to trash your dream, but I'm about to trash your dream.
Like once you would pick a viral Vine and go as that?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't hate that. I think it's cute.
Well, stop. Stop encouraging. You're an encourager.
Now, here's the question.
You're supposed to be the doom bringer.
Here's the question. Are you sure your costume is politically correct? Maybe you don't care. You know, it's possible you just don't care. Can a woman dress as a man?
Sure, why not?
69% of people said yes, that's still okay. 19% said no, 11% aren't sure. Can a man dress as a woman?
All the time.
Almost as close, 65% said
I
yes.
hear they have shows where men dressed as women entertain groups of people.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Don't you remember at your high school pep rallies when the football players would dress up in the girls' cheerleader uniforms and put the balloons in the boobs and everybody just had a great time?
I saw that on Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah, that was so fun.
And then they had to crack down on the size of balloons that people were using.
Oh, they did?
Because some girls felt bad?
Yeah.
Better get rid of those double D balloons.
Why didn't you put any balloons in your outfit? Well, I'm wearing your shirt, just keeping it real.
Can a non-Native American dress as a Native American?
No.
52% of people still think that's okay. 30% said definitely not.
I mean, I'm just saying what the PC people would say.
Right.
That no, you're not allowed to appropriate anybody, even for Halloween. That's what I'm assuming the PC rule is.
Can a child dress up in a cultural costume if they're not part of that culture?
I'm torn on that one.
62% of people said yes. However, that drops to 56% if it's an adult. Isn't that interesting? So we'll let the kids slide.
Well, because I think it's the motive behind the costume. I mean, if you're a kid and you're reading something and you find that interesting, so you want to dress like that as your Halloween costume, your motives are more pure than usually if you're an adult. The method behind that is some kind of humor or some kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like you want to be Pocahontas or Sacagawea. Aren't you celebrating it?
Right.
I guess that's the argument. You're celebrating.
Whereas if you're an adult, you're like, it's not the same thing. You know what I mean?
To me, you know, being offensive or being racist or anything else was always, to me, is about intent. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
very much so.
You wanted to say something?
No, go ahead.
I mean, sure, you can say that.
I know.
Yeah.
That's the way I always felt, but I understand what's going on these days. I get it.
Right.
But how many kids, when you were a kid, whatever you're reading, that becomes your favorite thing for the minute, and that's what you want to be at Halloween. You know, how many kids went as Elsa from Frozen because that was the movie that they watched at that time?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're an adult, you're usually picking your costume around either something A, easy to wear, B, cheap, or C, something that, you know, you find humorous or whatever.
Sexy.
Yeah.
Can your costume include a realistic-looking gun or other weapon?
If that's what the costume calls for, sure. But you're not allowed to take those anywhere, so you have to use toy guns in a lot of places.
Well, but it says or other weapon. Let's say I want to be Jon Snow. Am I allowed to carry a sword?
You should be. Yeah, you can carry the hilt of a sword, but it has to be a wooden sword.
Yeah, that's fine. But if it's realistic looking, is what it says. So only 34% of people said yes. 50% said definitely do not do that. And I don't know why this one was on the list. Can white people wear blackface makeup if they're dressing as a black person? Do you believe that 33% of people still think that's okay? I don't know why they think that's okay. 52% said definitely not. So, now you can check your costumes and see if it's politically correct, or maybe you just don't give a damn.
Booty short cousin Eddie? Totally acceptable.
Three things you need to know before you go.
The Taylor Swift-themed cruise from Miami, Florida to the Bahamas this week took a turn after a 66-year-old woman jumped from the 14th floor of the Royal Caribbean ship into the ocean. And the U.S. Coast Guard has called off the search. The Coast Guard said the ship, full of Swifties, was about 17 miles north of Nassau when the woman took the dive. I don't know what happened, what the circumstances were, but just another one of those weird cruise ships happenings. North Carolina State quarterback Grayson McCall, who was sidelined after suffering a concussion this month during a game against Wake Forest, has announced he is no longer going to play football. McCall is a redshirt senior who was in his first season with NC State after a successful stint at Coastal Carolina. Says he made the decision after speaking with brain specialists and experts on head injuries. He posted yesterday on Instagram, quote, "Brain specialists, my family and I have come to the conclusion that it is in my best interest to hang up the cleats." Now, he did suffer a head injury last year on the field for Coastal Carolina, and his season was cut short. Now, making the polar opposite decision for his life, Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa was back at practice yesterday, more than a month after suffering his third reported NFL concussion in 2 years. And not only is he back on the field, he says he will not be wearing the league's soft shell Guardian cap, which is worn over football helmets to reduce the risk of head injuries. So he's had multiple concussions. He is going back to play in the hardcore NFL. This NC State kid says, that's it for me. I'm done. I'm not going to mess with my brain.
It's tough, man.
If I was Tua, I'd be wearing the...
I mean, not only are you like, okay, I'm cool to play, which is fine. That's your decision. I mean, absolutely, I don't hate him for that. But it's like, why would you be like, yeah, and screw the helmet, the protection?
Yeah, I don't know what if it if it doesn't impede your play, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I don't know. A
it's not
soft
like-
shell guardian cap.
Yeah, I've seen them. They look kind of funny, but who cares?
I know a lot of quarterbacks don't like to wear the jacket underneath because it messes with their shoulder pad height and their arm. It messes with their arm motion. But the helmet thing, you're just putting it on your helmet. What's the difference?
Yeah, it's just like a cap. It's like wearing a shower cap, right? Basically, is what you're putting on your helmet.
Right.
It's still the same helmet.
It doesn't block your vision. It doesn't do any of that.
To me, it just made me think of when you're a kid and you don't want to wear a bicycle helmet. You're like, I'm not wearing a helmet. I'm not weak. You think I'm weak? I'm wearing a helmet.
That's
I'm
not
wearing
just
protection.
That's not just a kid thing. I was riding my bike, and I never wore a helmet because I thought it looked stupid. And I was riding my pedal bike. I mean, I wore it if I was doing an actual mountain bike course or whatever. But I was just cruising on the street. My pedals locked up. I flew over the handlebars and landed on my shoulder and tore up my shoulder. After that, helmet all the time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So sometimes you need to get punched in the face to learn.
That's right.
It's just how the
Sometimes
world...
you get enough concussions, you decide you don't need any protection after that.
Absolutely. And by then, you don't remember your name, so it's too late at that point.